There are so many misconceptions about menopause. Menopause is a journey, and I always say menopause is natural and mandatory, but suffering is optional. I was reading that the term menopause didn't come into existence until it was 1821. So over 300 years ago. Over 300 years ago. So, so wait, 200 years ago, and it's like that brain fog that menopause can sometimes cause that keeps us entertaining, interesting, and very rich and happy, laughing about ourselves. So I'm really thrilled to be here with you guys and be here to share a little bit about menopause and the journey, and also the coming of the new year with 2023 being here and hearing from so many clients, like and in my own life and in my own family as well. What happens to those New Year's resolutions and the goals that we have for ourselves? So, first, considering that, menopause is not a disease, right? It is natural and mandatory, and suffering is optional. And that women have experienced menopause in many ways for, our entire existence. And that the labeling of menopause as a disease can be, it's a double-edged sword. Certainly, we want to bring into awareness that women are struggling. And why women are struggling now is that because of the hormone disruptors, the chemicals, the toxins, the increased stress, the increased life demands, the many hats that women wear, and other things, chemicals, drugs, pharma, all of these things that can lead to more of a negative menopause. And I became really passionate about this mission, certainly when I hit my own early menopause journey when I was 39. So, gosh, many years ago now, but mostly when I was holding my mom's hand as she was supposed to be in recovery from a major heart surgery, and she never made it. She never recovered, and she had suffered with heart disease and diabetes. I mean, God bless her soul. She suffered for so long with hormone imbalance and inflammation. And I promised her that I would get to the root of it and solve this problem so no other woman would suffer like she had. Yet when I was 39, there I was following her footsteps and struggling and on the road to diabetes and hormone imbalance. I mean, there's so many challenges from the trauma that we experience as a family and PTSD, and certainly, just trying to hang in there and do it all, right? The many hats that we wear as women. So, you know, I'm always so interested in understanding what is the smallest steps that we can take to make the biggest difference in our lives. And one is joining like-minded community, doing things together, having accountability. That's why coaches are so important. That's why even the best athletes have coaches, right? And Napoleon Hill, way back in his first book, Think and Grow Rich, in the early 1900s, you know, came up with the term masterminds, like how we mastermind together. The three or more people we associate with on a regular basis have the most influence in our lives. And that is so true. And so I keep working to develop my community, to bring in like-minded people and educators and other very entertaining and inspiring people, right? It's got to be fun. In my world, it's got to be fun. I'm sitting in a purple room. It looks like a cave down here. Been in my basement. If you see me on the YouTube video, you can see that there's a concrete wall that I painted the girlfriend Dr. Purple. So fun. And what it has been part of this menopause journey is understanding the history of women around the world. In my recent book, I wrote about women menopause around the world and what foods help them, what lifestyle hacks help them. And I was reading today in some research that looked at, menopause in other parts of the world, like in the West, the hot flash is associated with menopause. And and I thought that was fascinating to see where the hot flash was associated with menopause in Western women, but shoulder pain is associated with menopause in women in India, and I thought that was interesting. So different symptoms as a culture from around the world, and so why is it, why is it that hot flashes are such a big issue for women in the Western world? Well, number one, it's certainly hot flashes are associated with low hormones, low estrogen, but hot flashes are a symptom, in my opinion, of insulin resistance. Women with unrelenting hot flashes have, for the most part, that is a red flag for insulin resistance. And let me tell you how I came to this conclusion. Also, then found the research, and now there's more recent research on this. So when I started my Magic Menopause program, you see this plate in the background that I have right behind me at my desk. It says Magic Menopause, and around that plate there are many quotes that I always say in that program. That was a gift from one of our Magic Menopause participants. So it's proudly displayed here in my home office. But one of the things that I recognized very quickly is that clients were saying, Dr. Anna, it's been, I've had hot flashes for 10 or 15 years, and they're gone in 2 weeks following your program. And we only made dietary changes. When I would see a patient in my office, I would, okay, we got to do the dietary changes. Let's start you on, say, for example, my balance cream. Let's get you on progesterone and pregnenolone, get you on Mighty Maca Plus, and already we're we start with hormones. And these women, because they're my online Magic Menopause group, I wasn't prescribing them anything, and they were just starting the program before they even got their products, and they're like, Dr. Anna, on this plan, my hot flashes are gone. So that was a really, like, over 90% of women experienced improvement or complete elimination of hot flash symptoms. That's profound. And so then I dug into blood sugar, insulin has something to do with it. And sure enough, there's great research looking at insulin resistance as a symptom of hot flashes. Now, what else do we know? Women naturally become more insulin resistant as we get older. So, menopause is a risk factor for diabetes, because here's that shift of the protective hormones, and we can become, and naturally insulin increases as we get older, so we become more insulin resistant. So we have to work against that, and that's why the Keto-Green lifestyle is so important. And I am really thrilled to be launching the Keto-Green 16 challenge again. Now, what we do in the Keto-Green 16 challenge, so what we do in the Keto-Green 16 challenge is based on my book, Keto-Green 16. Makes sense. 16 days and 16 different types of foods that are critical. So from the protein sources to the fermented foods like our kimchi and our sauerkrauts, and make sure we have that. And of course, lots of alkalinizing greens. That's a big part of the keto. I mean, it's part of the Keto-Green 16 challenge. And then we're checking urine test strips. So we want to accelerate. If we're going to do something, I always want to get the best results out of it as much as possible, as quickly as possible. In 16 days, this is a short wink, but we can get some good patterns going, some good habits formed, and then and also good community and good accountability, and hearing from other people that are doing exactly what you're doing. Each one of us are different. So the other thing we do in the Keto-Green 16 challenge is I have you check urine test strips. I have you check your urine pH and your urine ketones, and you just pee on the stick. That's it. So you just do that. And it is it's just a wonderful way to check. So let me just tell you a little bit about acidity and alkalinity. A little about acidity and alkalinity. So if you think of the pH scale from acid to alkaline, that's where we're looking at the pH scale. And the more acid you are, right? We know about acid, like you pour acid on something to disintegrate it, right? So our stomach is naturally acidic. So is our skin and our vagina. It's naturally acidic because we want to keep pathogens out, bacteria, parasites, ickies. We just want them out. So that part, this nat first defense mechanism, is naturally acidic, and other parts of our body are more alkaline. Urine and higher urine alkaline pH. So the more alkaline your urine pH is, that's why I'm having you check urine pH, not salivary pH. But the more alkaline your urine pH is, the less risk of diabetes, less arthritis, less osteoporosis, less cardiovascular disease, and we know that. And why? Because alkalinity is more peace, repairing, regenerative, rejuvenating. So our theme for our Keto Green challenge is to rejuvenate and refresh. And the part is because we do want to empower our body to heal itself. So acidity, think of New York City, industrial, inflamed, but quite exciting. And alkalinity, think of the Amazon jungle or the mountains or the beach. Very nourishing, lush, enjoy, something that you really enjoy and feel good in that environment and for the long term. So that's why I have you check urine pH and ketones, because that will guide you in what's working with your body and what's working against it, and can also help you figure out food sensitivities. For instance, I figured this out myself. When you're checking your urine pH and ketones and you're doing everything right, but you're still not getting an alkaline urine pH, it could be that you are eating a food sensitivity. For me, it would be dairy. And the minute I eat dairy, I get very inflamed. And even though I keep testing out that theory, it continues to happen. So it can help you figure out a food sensitivity. And the other piece that we know too is just, what we do, the daily things that we do for check and balances, like getting on the scale, taking, on weekly, measuring your body measurements, your waist, your hips. Those are things that will tell you more than what the scale will tell you: how you're feeling, what's your energy like, how alkaline your urine pH is. And the other big thing in the keto world is that a ketogenic diet or a low glycemic diet can be very inflammatory. So you need the greens, and also test, don't guess, right? Test, don't guess. Check your urine pH, check your ketones, and see that you're making improvements. And that's powerful when you do that. That gives you so much information, and it gives you so much feedback. That's like your own best vital sign, is to check urine pH and ketones. Then you know what your body's doing. So that's part of the Keto Green 16 challenge. And again, I'm excited to be going through it. We have a great group of people that's coming through it with us, and I invite you all to participate. There are often like questions that I get about, like, you know, if I can't do keto, or is that going to affect my thyroid? You guys, I have answers to all those questions, certainly in the Keto Green 16 book, but also in the challenge. And in each day of the challenge, I give you a quick, short video message for the day. So there's a lot of good information. The way we do the Keto Green diet, it's very healthy, it's very balanced, and it's very nourishing. I've seen thyroid function improve. I've seen labs improve in all ways: decreasing the hemoglobin A1C, improving insulin sensitivity, decreasing inflammatory markers, improving your DHEA levels, improving your thyroid levels. So all of these things really can happen very, very quickly, and it takes time. I'm very proud to say that with a Keto Green 16 book, I was just on a phone call with Dr. Stephen Masley, um, who is author of 10 Years Younger and 10 Years Younger Heart. And he's saying, from all the keto diet plans out there, and that he loves my Keto Green plan, and he can get behind that, and was asking me to support him and include me on a scientific board that he's part of. So I was really honored by that. The other thing that really honors me is when physicians are using Keto Green 16 in their offices. And Dr. Angeli Akey in Gainesville, Florida, at North Florida Integrative Medicine, she runs Keto Green 16 group plans a couple times a year. So she brings all ages in, and she's an internal medicine doc. And so she's a wide age range of clients, but a lot of clients in the Keto-Green 16, men and women, are in their 60s. So it's never too late and it's never too early. And I want to encourage that because we've seen this. I remember this 72-year-old client they presented in their case discussions, because this is a clinical, and their case discussions, and they revealed how his blood pressure improved and his hemoglobin A1C improved, and he was able to get off blood pressure medicines and is no longer classified as diabetic or pre-diabetic. And that's game changing, right? That changes the trajectory of your life. So I love that. Uh, so I want to again I answer any questions that come up about the Keto Green Challenge, and of course you can always email, hit us up on social, email my team at drannakebeka.com, and check out the Keto Green page. The way to look at the challenge page for more information is just to go to dranna.com/KG challenge, dranna.com/KG challenge. And I have support in the group, not only our Girlfriend Doctor Club members that doing the Keto Green lifestyle and that come in and start the year off with us doing the Keto Green 16 challenge. This will be a third year doing this, but also the amazing Amy Stafford and Chelsea that will be here with us doing the Keto Green as your challenge, as your coaches. So they're in the challenge group to help support you along the way. Plus you get videos and a lot of great interaction from your fellow community members. And the recipes in Keto Green 16 are really easy and balanced. And some of my favorites, you can interchange a few times the recipe and menopause or the hormone fix. You're absolutely able to interchange those recipes. I definitely want to make sure that you're getting in the fermented foods, so that kimchi and sauerkraut and supporting your digestion with natural probiotics that way, like a coconut kefir. So there's many different ways that we can do that. So the dates for the Keto Green 16 challenge start January. Well, prep week starts January 2nd. And if you have Keto Green Shake, so if you have the Keto Green Shake and Mighty Maca and the urine test strips, you have what you need to get started. And the can also order it at the discounted price for the New Year challenge at dranna.com/KG challenge. So you can absolutely get started with that and the urine test strips. So we are shipping things out. It's open. January 2nd starts prep week. So that's a really good time to wean off caffeine, wean off alcohol. And January 9th is the official day of the Keto Green 16 2022 challenge. So it's not too late to join. You can get started with following the meals and the recipes. Keto Green 16, I have a secret. You guys get the book. You want the hard copy. But we got a whisper that on January 1st, our publisher, they are releasing the ebook for $2.99. It is not guaranteed yet, but you'll be able. Oh no, sorry, you can get Menopause. Menopause is going to be released for $2.99 in the ebook version on January 1st. I think it's just one day only. Publishers aren't allowed to like confirm this, but there was a hint that this was going to happen for Menopause. So you can get those recipes from Menopause in your Kindle version. Keto Green is also available on Kindle. So it's nice when you're out shopping or you want to screenshot a recipe for a friend, you can do that from your electronic version. So that's going to be, mark your day for that, January 1st, $2.99 to get Menopause for the electronic version. I believe that is going to be on Amazon Kindle. So that's what I heard through the grapevine somewhere. So check that out. And then Keto Green 16, it's available. You have the book. We have that at our store at dranna.com. It's discounted in the challenge, Keto Green 16 challenge bundle, but also you can get it off of Amazon and any Barnes and Nobles, anywhere books are sold. So yeah, you'll be able to get everything on time. January 9th, we start day 1 of the 16-day challenge. You can do plus or minus a day, but we're good to have you doing the challenge with us. So, all right. So get we're gonna get started. And then once you've joined the challenge, if you have any questions, you can email team at drannakabecca.com. They will help you. And also, you will want to join the Keto-Green 16 private Facebook group. So from Facebook, search for the Keto-Green 16 challenge group with Dr. Anna. It is private. So we confirm you have your book and are ready to do the 16-day challenge. You have your supplies, and they will let you in that private group. And in there, you have a dashboard where you get, batch cooking guides, helpful additional resources, and daily videos, and again, the community support. That'll all happen within the Keto-Green 16 private challenge group. So I know many of you listening are already in there. Let's see. The question from Teresa came in, said, if I make my system more alkaline, does that affect my stomach acid at all? As I have low stomach acid on occasion. This is a really good question. And this is like this is chemistry. So when we eat a meal, we want that acidity, right? We want that acidity to help, digest the food that we're eating. So that's why diluting your stomach acid with anything you're drinking is detrimental to your body's ability to digest and do what it needs to do to break down those foods, to work on digestion so that you can assimilate and absorb the nutrients that you need. So, for example, if you have a piece of steak, you guys should see my nails. I did these amazing Christmas nails with my daughter Amira. So you've got these really cool, fun Christmas nails going. So you'll see that in my video as I talk with my hands. Um, so if you have a piece of meat and you pour acid on it, that acid's going to break down the meat, right? But if you take that same piece of meat, pour acid on it, and then pour a cup of water on it, or a few glasses of wine on it, or whatever it may be, you're diluting that acid. And so you have to be really conscious about that. That's why I say, and we teach in Magic Menopause, that you only drink 4 ounces of fluid with your meals, or try to keep it really low. Stop 20 minutes before and wait 2 hours after to start hydrating again. Alkaline water is typically mineral rich water, and that's what we want, but between our meals, not with our meals. Give our body what it needs to work on that digestion. And if you're struggling, you need to keep more time between your meals, and again, letting your body digest without diluting that stomach acid. Really give your body time to support it. And then during your meal, before, during, after, adding digestive aids. So we can definitely use digestive enzymes. Why I carry them, the Keto-Green enzymes, but you can also slice up some ginger, use some bitter melon, bitters, and add that to increase your digestive juices. That can really help, especially if you have low stomach acid. We want to improve. And again, all of us, as we get older, are going to have less and less stomach acid. So adding these digestive aids to really support your body's natural digestive processes make a huge difference, and you feel better and you feel more satisfied and you're less inflamed, less bloated, all of those good things. So, I'm excited to do the challenge. And I also want to say, with this menopause and a lot of talk, a lot of the news now, menopause, and New York Times released an article on venture capitalist and menopause as a gold rush. It's called Welcome to the Menopause Gold Rush, and it's in the New York Times recently. And December 2022, it was published. And so with that, this is like, okay, well, we don't, like we have a real situation in the US with menopause. And I don't want to I don't want women to struggle more because of this. This is why being empowered in your body, being healthy, not needing, you know, any extraneous pharmaceuticals and OTC medications and all the stuff so that we can just power through it. That's not what this needs to be. We need to breeze through menopause into the second spring of our lives, as the Japanese call menopause, konenki is their term. So the second spring. So as we breeze through menopause into the second spring of our lives, being aware of this. And then I think like also media. And now we see, I'm so grateful for like women leaders that are going through menopause that have spoken about it. Gwyneth Paltrow, what she's doing, Naomi Watts, Michelle Obama. But many of us don't look like them, don't have the bank accounts they have, the history and influence that they have. So being able to at with nature, with our lifestyle, be empowered is the most powerful thing I can give you. And the reason I do these things like our Keto-Green 16 challenge, and I'm always giving information and lives and doing this, is because I know that my mom wouldn't have been able to afford the high-end concierge doc, like I've become, and what we can do to empower each of, like what I could do to empower my mom through food, lifestyle, sleep, movement, love, fun, play, right? And natural supplements, the things that I created because nothing existed. Mighty Maca Plus, my balance cream, Jolva, Keto Green Shake, these things, little cheap little test strips to help us on our journey. It's because it doesn't have to be expensive, right? It doesn't have to be gold creams and injections and surgeries. I'm not knocking them all, but you can see no Botox here. So, but it doesn't. We don't have to. I want it to be experienced naturally in a loving, nourishing, empowered way, because we as women going into the second spring of our life have a powerful role. I see it so much more clearly now. I mean, I saw it in my mom, and as she mentored me, and I mentored my girls, but now as I'm mentoring my grandbaby, as we speak into those lives of our children's children, or in the young people that we influence, it's so powerful to be that example, to be that light, right? To be the light at the end of the tunnel, to be the light on the lighthouse. I mean, to be that guiding, shining light. Like, okay, how you do it naturally, how you are empowered, how you don't hesitate to, to get what you need to help you feel better, to know you're worthy, you're worth it, you're worth this time, you're worth changing things, moving into a new state of being even. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm fasting right now, doing a water fast. I always find when I find a difficult or transition time in my life and I'm facing tough decisions, I fast and I pray. So it's a little bit tough in between the holidays with Christmas and New Year's, but I'm working on it, and I'm here because I really want to get clear with the intentions going into 2023, where I'm able to lead, focus my time and energy, my love and caring, and where I want that to be highlighted in my life, and how much, what's the priorities, and to really get clear on that. And when I fast and pray, I do that. And that's why at the end of Keto Green 16, I'm going to ask you also, the last 3 days are fasting days. They can be done different ways, but they are definitely fasting days. So sometimes it's a water fast, and sometimes it's bone broth or shake fast, and can be anything in between. It depends on what type of fasting you've done before and what you feel ready for, what life allows you. So we're here to gracefully enter into 2023 with community, with amazing support, with lots of love. And I'm excited to be here with you. So I encourage you, go to dranna.com/KG challenge, and you'll get the information on that page. There's tons of information of what you need, what we're going to be doing, how I'm supporting you during this, and then come back and join the Keto Green 16 challenge group. They're on Facebook, and get ready to start. January 2nd, you'll get information to start your prep week. So you can start thinking about that. weaning off of caffeine, alcohol, really getting clean. We all want to do that. And then again, creating the steps that are going to improve our habits. And I love the quote that our thoughts become our words become our actions become our habits become our legacy or our destiny. And so I need all your support in this and this good community as much as I know you need mine. So again, the more we can rise as women joining together, the more powerful and healthy and loving, and we create a great community that way. And I want to see that for all of you. So I'm excited for you guys, and be sharing more information on the journey. Be sure to be checking your emails, and if you haven't picked up Keto-Green 16, you'll definitely want to get that. Get that on the challenge page, because the bundle's 30% off. And also mark your calendar for January 1st. That menopause may be in its e-version on sale for $2.99. So little secret there that I hope it's true, because that's going to be super fun. I'll be gifting a bunch of those out too. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here and part of the Keto-Green part of my world in the Girlfriend Doctor community. And visit me at dranna.com. Be sure to like me here at Facebook, on Instagram at the Girlfriend Doctor. And I will see you all again soon. It's wonderful to be your Girlfriend Doctor.